My eyes have been majorly opened. Every right to say what she wants to do. But let me tell you something, which was heated until glowing like flames. I will tell you right now. Knock it off! Don't ask. Probably had a demon. It included the murder. And I don't like him. It's a flame. I just want you to know that. This gets pretty bad and ugly. Hi guys. I want to talk about something that's very controversial. Abortion. This has been something that's been fought over and over and over for decades, for centuries, for generations. Abortions. Is it right? Is it wrong? I can take a personal note to this. I have never had an abortion. I've never had a baby being aborted. My eyes have been majorly opened. So being somebody who has had and gone through trauma, I thought about it that way first. If I was to have gotten pregnant back then from rape or incest or anything of that sort, I believe that woman should have every right to say what she wants to do. Because a lot of them are going to be, oh my gosh, I'm going to be giving birth to, you're gonna have a seed from that person that did that to you. And I thought, oh my gosh, if it was me, if I had gotten pregnant from that time, I would have, no, absolutely not. Get this thing out of me is what I would have thought. Like I said, I can take a personal note to this. It would have been incest. It would have been bad. It would have been horrible. You know, there are so many people out there really wanting babies, but they can't have them, or they're trying so hard and they just can't. I did believe back then also that it was God's will, God's timing when you did. But what is it God's timing when, if something like that happened and you got pregnant? I don't think that's God's timing. I think that's, Satan, demons trying to impregnate you. This is a very hard topic, but I've come to learn so much more, to where it has really swayed my mind on it. And I want you guys to open your mind and understand this from a different aspect, okay? I had personal trauma, so I can come from that aspect of it, from, the woman's body. What if she was gonna die? What if it was gonna be very harmful to her? Knock it off! Demons are not wanting me to make this video. And she may lose her life. That is such a sore topic, right? Because you want to save one of them, her or the baby, and a lot of times it's her. You want to save her. Okay, since my battery's about to die, all right, brand new battery. Where was I? So I believe, it's very hard on the woman's body, especially going through so much trauma and then getting pregnant on top of that, and it could have messed her up. Medical doctors have said, it royally screws you up. A lot of women go through trauma like that, like rape and incest and all that. It messes up their body to where they can't have kids, or they have so much damage down there that it hurts them in the long run, right? Here's the thing. Through my personal experiences, I always thought, God, why? Why do you allow this to happen? He doesn't allow it. He doesn't like it. God's the judgment, right? He's the one that's literally sitting there with your name in the book, right? Even the guy that, or the bad thing that happened, that person that was, probably had a demon. God's literally sitting there with a book, his name, what he did, and he's ready to judge, right? But he's hoping he, renounces that sin and comes back to him fully. So honestly, we have to forgive. It's been a very hard road, but you have to forgive that person, not for them, not for what they did to you, but for you, because you deserve it, right? You deserve to have that peace of mind of, I'm letting this go, forgive it. I'm kind of getting off topic here. From a godly perspective though, the whole time the woman is going through in her mind, what do I do? What do I do? I don't want this. I don't want this. It's like demon baby. I don't like it. And the whole time, not God, but his son, Jesus Christ, his mother, Mary, Mary Magdalene, they're all standing around you, embracing you, saying, we're here for you. We're comforting you. What is your decision? And we've got free will, so it's you that's got to decide, right? And I understand that Congress and all of that, all these laws they're trying to pass, they're kind of taking that away from you, that right, that free will of, no, you can't now, or you can, or whatever. This is a hard one. But here's another aspect. And I want you to really open your mind and think about this. Way back in biblical times, you know, all these different deliverances, people are delivering so many people of their demons, generational demons, demons that you just, you know, decided to come in on, demons you called on not knowingly. You can even be born already with demons from your ancestors. Anytime you have a baby, whether it's just a little tiny tadpole or it's just about ready to be birthed, it doesn't matter. Because as soon as that tadpole, I don't like to say the other word, but tadpole. As soon as that tadpole is there, right away, you have a couple of demons that are waiting to see what happens. Back in biblical times, there's a specific demon that I learned about and I've come in contact with, and I don't like him. Ugh. So I need you to really, really open your mind and think about this. Look at this picture. It is a bronze statue. It is one that they have actually built the statue. This demon is called Molech. I want to say he's like the king of abortions or the king of child sacrifice. So even when you've got that little tadpole, yeah, if you lose that tadpole, it's going to him. I'm just going to tell you. He's all about grabbing it up. Okay? He's all about his hands. I want to go back though, and I want to tell you kind of about it. So when it comes to Molech that I've come into contact with, this is in the Bible. This is in the Bible. Israelites. Yeah. So Molech the demon. 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 7. Tells us that Solomon, in one of the most unwise decisions of his reign as king of Israel, ordered pagan temples to be erected. Pagan temples to be erected. One of these pagan deities was Molech. It also says in Leviticus chapter 18, verse 21. Though the Lord had forbidden pagan worship and named Molech specifically in the Bible, Solomon and his people had fallen into a period of apostasy from the ways of the Lord. So, who was this Molech? I'm asking, who was this Molech? Really bad dude, head of a bull, body of a human. In Leviticus 18:21, as you read more of that, the worship of Molech included infanticide. Infanticide. It's really hard to say. Specifically, it included the murder of infants as a pagan sacrifice to this god. For many years, it was thought that Molech was one of the pagan deities of the Canaanites. But debates exist among scholars as to whether he is actually Phoenician pagan deity. Don't ask. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, I tell people all the time, I'm kind of like a redneck at this stuff. So whatever the case may be, God was very clear in his prohibition of Molech worship and sacrifices. According to scripture in the Bible, this worship took place primarily in the Hinnom Valley at Topheth. I don't know how to say. I can't say these names. A place in the valley that translates to pit of flame. Pit of flame. I just want you to know that. He's usually depicted as a bull-headed anthropomorphic deity. Why? Anthropomorphic deity, which was heated until glowing like flames. This statue would be super hot and heated to where it's scorching anything that touches it. Keep that in mind. This gets pretty bad and ugly. There's a reason I'm telling you about this. So stay with me. You might want to like, follow, and share. I told you, this is going to get good. Then, as the pinnacle of worship, an infant would be, a family back then would take an infant child, usually their firstborn child, and they would place it as sacrifice to this deity. They would place it on his hands. Remember, it's as hot as burning flames, while he devotes listening to the infant crying. They would listen to it crying and burning to death. As a mother, what were you all thinking? Yuck. Wow. So envision that. Literally, they are willingly placing you just went through 9 months of pregnancy and labor pains and all of that, just to have a baby to be able to sacrifice to this deity and put on the burning, flaming hot hands of this god, this statue, so it can burn their newborn baby, burn him to death. And the mother is probably beside herself, crying, I don't know, worshiping this thing. I can't imagine. It makes me mad thinking about it. You know what they do? They play drums and music very loudly to drown out the sound. To drown out that sound. They literally are celebrating, but it's to drown out the sound also. When I read about this, and then I came into contact with this deity, Anyway, I'm just gonna shut up now. Innocent life. Such worship demonstrates such a depth of depravity. Such a disregard for the sanctity of that life. That poor baby. Innocent life. The only most moral degenerate could justify it, which means the only one that could justify it is somebody that is really reeked with probably demons. Just saying. However, some Israelites apparently did so. Yeah, the Israelites, some of them did this. If I could go back and slap them, I would. Which grieved the Lord tremendously. And here's where you question this. Why didn't God come down and just destroy the statue after they made it and realize what they were doing? Just asking, just wondering. Do you know why they did this though? They believed that if they did this, then all the other children they birthed and their family will have prosperity. Everything will be so good. This is something that's been a very debatable thing, is abortions. But I'm looking at it through a different light, and I'm seeing the difference through demons and what demons do. It literally says for Molech, child sacrifices. They willingly did this, and we gotta stop this guy. When I was writing down about and researching Molech, I put in my notes even abortions, exclamation points. Anybody who has had an abortion or has gone through where their body rejected the tadpole, Molech is right there. Believe me, he doesn't like it when you call him out either. There's something that I was able to see and witness is Molech is all about his hands, because that's where they would place the babies, right? Is in the hand to burn to death. Sacrificing. So if a person has Molech in them, they will mess with their hands. They'll do this and that. And that's when you know, wow. cut off the hands. I'm just saying, it's kind of fun. I like making them mad. Not really making them mad. I like putting them in the pit. That's what I like to do. I am a warrior for God, and I think he laughs at me. Oh well. I don't understand why people do this. Why they did it.